Olympic style weightlifting for betterment in sport is the same as the foundation building for a football team. You know, you have to start and use fundamentals. My fundamentals start with the stance. They move out obviously to the grip because of the different movements that we're using. And then of course we vary the positions, you know, the high hang to mid thigh. And we work the snatch, the clean, and the jerk, but you have to break it down even farther than that because every athlete, depending on who that athlete is and their structure of body type, is going to depend, it's going to show their weakness. So you must then break that weakness down and train that before you can even come back to the whole. So we go whole part, you know, we're going to show the whole, we're going to work the whole, but then we're going to identify weaknesses, and then we're going to train the heck out of the weaknesses so that we can get back to the strength in the whole.
So you think that fixing a weakness is more beneficial than further developing a strength?
Absolutely. I believe that if I have an athlete that can snatch a certain amount of weight and they look really solid, but that weakness is that bottom receiving position that we talk about, then I'm going to be doing a lot of snatch, push, press, overhead squats to develop that weakness. They're weak in the bottom there, but they also may be strong in the bottom, but weak in the speed strength.
Right.
So then at that point, I would work on the snatch balance rather than the snatch, push, press, overhead squat. And I've seen that over and over again. I've got athletes that can muscle snatch more than they can snatch because they're using their arms.
Right.
They don't know how to jump and land. They don't know how to create that speed through the middle, so to speak. Okay, I want those legs. She's going to become a lifter.
Well, I thought you might be.
Hi, how are you doing? My pleasure.
My pleasure.
What's up, Khalifa? How you going?
So we have here Jason Khalifa. He's the 2008 CrossFit Games champion. Currently holds the title of the fittest man on the planet. And Jocelyn, what's your last name? Forrest. Jocelyn Forrest.
I never do.
Yeah, it's too bad you have to. You have to do the hook grip. And I'll tell you what, you only have to do it, you know, in the speed to the middle. As soon as you turn it over, you can release it. It's not a hard thing to do. It's something that will absolutely benefit you in the long run. It will not fatigue you. You of all people, when you did that 30 reps, your grip can become a limiting factor. But when you learn to use that hook grip and let go of it, you know, flip that thumb out, you're using less and less energy. It's a better thing for you. Now, are you familiar with the hook grip? Okay. So let's go ahead and just let me check your foot position. That looks good. Those all really look good. Take the bar and put it over your head real quick. Okay, let's bring your grip in just a tad, and let's bring your grip in just a tad, just a little bit. Okay, good. Let's go back to the high hang. Just go ahead and do your Burgener warm-up. Let me watch you do it. It's a down and up first. Exactly. Yeah, down and up. Okay. Down and up, elbows high and outside. Good. And then muscle snatch. Good. Now's the perfect time if you want to practice flipping that thing out. Now's the perfect time on the muscle snatch to flip it out. Yeah, now you go land first, so we'll take it in baby steps. Yeah, just partial land. Yeah, not all the way down. There you go. Again, 2 or 3 times. Good, one more. Good, now all the way down, snatch drops all the way down. Good. Stay down there for just a second. Let me see your position. Good. That looks really good. And good again. Good. One more. Good. Now put the bar on your back. Now we're going to work upper body strength. One of the important concepts of the Burgener warm-up is to understand that they all have a reason for doing them. The very first one, the down and up, is creating that speed through the middle. The second one is keeping the bar down and up, elbows high and outside, keeping the bar close. The third one is the extension, the turnover, the external rotation strength. The fourth one, the snatch land, is all about footwork and position. Same thing with the snatch drop. Well, now we're going to start going to the skill transfer, which is first the snatch push press. So you've got your feet in that position, so just give me a dip and a drive is all I'm after. Stop and down, put it on your back, and a dip and a drive. Good, one more, and a dip and a drive. Good, now leave it there, move your feet out into that landing receiving position, and squat. Stay down there and let me see it. Okay, that looks really good position. There is no reason that you guys are not snatching big weights based on that right there. And stand and squat and stand. One more and stand. Now good, put the bar on your back. Now normally what I would do is I'd take you to the two next exercises, which are going to be the heaving or the pressing snatch balance and heaving snatch balance. But you know, you're both past that, so I only use that with my beginners. But so we want to go now straight to the snatch balance. This is the one that I think you're going to find when you use this, it's really going to be good for you. Okay? So this, yeah. So yes, anytime. The only time you use the hook grip, the only time is when you're pulling.
So you should not use it?
It's entirely up to you. What I have found that when I use the hook grip on the snatch, if I flip it out on the turnover, it speeds up my turnover and makes me more aggressive. If I keep it intact, which a lot of lifters do, it's a comfort for them. If I teach my athletes at the beginning to flip that thumb out, they can all handle it. When I don't teach it in the beginning, it's hard for them to transition flipping that thumb out. So if you've been using it and you haven't flipped it out, I probably wouldn't worry about it. He hasn't been using it, so I would encourage him to, to flip it out. And the first place to do that is in the muscle snatch. When we do that muscle snatch and we turn it over, I can get used to flipping it out, and it's easy to do that then. But what we want to do now, though, is what I think both of your weaknesses is going to be that identification of that speed strength. Being able to do a heavy load in that position. So all we're doing now is just a basic warm-up. But I'm, to preset the stage, I think that's where it's going to be if I'm on task here, if I'm right. I may not be, but based on your numbers of where your clean and your jerk is in relationship to your snatch, looking at what I'm seeing here in your overhead squat, you look very strong in those positions. But now how are you going to operate in those positions under speed? So that's what we're going to look for. So go ahead and put the bar on your back. Go ahead and, Jason, scoot out just a little right there. Okay, now what you're going to do now is your feet are going to be in a jumping position. We're not going to have them there. Now you're going to give me a little dip. Now we're going to set the stage here. We're going to pretend like, and we're going to go back to this anyway with weights, but we're going to pretend like you have a load on your back. So you're going to get that dip and a drive, and as that bar comes off your back, you're going to push your body straight down and stay in that position of the overhead squat. Okay? And ready and go. Stay. Check your feet out. Good position. And look straight ahead, stay down, and stand. Good job. That was a really good job. Now jumping position, and go. Stay, quick, outstanding. And up, nicely done. One more time. And go. And stand, good. All right, so let's take the PVC pipe or the wooden dowel, put it back, and let's get a lighter bar. They move outstanding. The initial assessment is that they have all the positions down, the basic positions of overhead squat. We don't know what their pulling position is going to be like until we start snatching them. But the overhead squat looks really good. The fact that they can do a snatch push press and then an overhead squat is great. And the fact that they can use a wooden dowel to do a snatch balance is outstanding. I mean, the positions are very, very good.
Okay, so it's looking good.
It looks really good.
Okay, great.
All right. Are you sure I can't take them home with me?
Yeah. No, you can if they'll go. It's not.
All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and any questions about what we've done so far?